Happy screen time and thank you for subscribing for daily Pokemon Sleep or Tomfoolery. We are currently at Old Gold Power Plant for the Old Gold Power Plant debut event at the Old Gold Power Plant, where you can plant Old Gold for power. Power Plant Old Gold Power Plant, Power Old Gold Plant. When you catch a Pokemon and the game shows you its nature, do you remember what it is right away, or do you have to open up the Pokemon and scroll down to see what the nature means? Most of us haven't committed the natures from Pokemon Sleep to memory yet. In future videos, we're going to come up with ways to memorize all of them. But today, for those who have memorized the natures in previous Pokemon games, I'm going to provide some tips and tricks to help you memorize the ones in this game. Natures in Pokemon Sleep correlate directly to the natures in the main game. Here's the summarized version for you fast learners. Speed of Help is attack. Energy Recovery is defense, Ingredient Finding is special attack, Main Skill Chance is special defense, and Experience Gains is speed. Give yourself a big old shout out in the comments if this was all the information you needed. But in the remainder of this video, I'm going to be providing some tips and tricks, leaning heavily on the tricks, for how you can remember these associations. Repeat after me to get started. Speed of Help is not speed. If you actually repeated that out loud, or in your head, you're going to fit in great here. Please subscribe to the channel. Here's how you can remember that Speed of Help is attack. Do you know how sneaky snacking actually works? You've never actually seen Snorlax eat those berries, right? Well, the first rule about Sneaky Snacking Club is that you don't talk about... Let's just say that when some Pokemon can't hold any more berries or ingredients, that they find creative ways to get those berries into Snorlax's mouth. And you didn't think there was any combat in this game. Here's how to remember that Energy Recovery is defense. Do you think picking berries and ingredients off the ground or off of trees or wherever this stuff is, do you think it's tiring? No, it's not hard at all. These things are all over these islands. So why do Pokemon lose so much energy? Well, when you're not around looking at the app, do you think Snorlax is just sitting there chilling, casually waiting to be fed? The Pokemon lose energy because they are literally defending their inventory until you sign on so that you can sign off on what they found. Here's how to remember that Ingredient Finding is special attack. Have you ever noticed that sneaky snacking doesn't happen with ingredients? When you are away from the game, wild Pokemon are more likely to come into the camp and try to steal what the Pokemon have been collecting. Ingredients are the best tools that these helper Pokemon have to fend off the wild Pokemon. So while they're attacking the berries into Snorlax's mouth to keep him at bay, they are special attacking the wild Pokemon with the ingredients. This is why wild Pokemon don't tend to show up hungry. Here's how to remember that Main Skill Chance is special defense. While a Pokemon triggering its main skill has benefits to you as a researcher, main skill being triggered is actually the Pokemon's way of warning Snorlax to stand down and wild Pokemon to stay away because you're there. You've never had a Pokemon skill trigger while you weren't there, right? The helper Pokemon are defending you because you are special to them. Special defense. And now I'm gonna cry every time a skill triggers. Here's how to remember that Experience Gains is speed. There's only one left, so now you can just remember it. Just kidding, that means you have to memorize all the other ones, but this one's even easier than that. Experience Gains influences how fast or slow a Pokemon levels up. Fast and slow are speeds. So for you true Pokemon fans who already knew the natures from the main game, congratulations, you now have the means, devices, mythology, to remember these associations, and you now know all of the natures from Pokemon Sleep. Please brag about this in the comments so I can bestow upon you the Ben Brown badge of approval. And for those of you who didn't know the natures from the mainline games, and have just been listening for fun, here are some more fun facts. Neutral natures are actually the result of two effects canceling each other out. So a hardy nature is actually Speed of Help up and Speed of Help down, but because they increase and decrease by the same amount, it has no effect. Docile nature is associated to Energy Recovery, Bashful to Ingredient Finding, Quirky to Main Skill Chance, and Serious for Experience Gains. We know these associations because in the mainline games, it is attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed that cancel each other out for these natures. I've been wanting to do a How to Memorize Natures video series, and the remaining videos in that series will be for people who don't know the natures from the mainline games, so be sure and subscribe so that you don't miss them in the future. Session 435 kicks off the Old Gold Power Plant debut event, where we have boosted odds for Grubbin, Shinx, and Aron. And as I say this, I can't help but wonder if anyone else has the song from Old Gold Power Plant stuck in their head. It is driving me nuts. At first I didn't care for it, but for some reason today I just love it. We've got Dozing Sleep, so Grubbin is probably the main target here, but we are pseudo-balanced for the event, which is why we see a snoozing Eevee atop a belly, and we already see Shuppet and Sprigatito sleeping nearby, and we will round out the crew with Mime Jr. and Caterpie. So much for those new Pokemon spawns. I guess it's good that we got that head start ahead of the event. It feels a little weird going back to only having a few spawns after having such a high area bonus in other places, but that's okay because it means less Pokemon for our helper Pokemon to fend off. Now today I really don't want any of these, but I guess if we could find ourselves a berry finding Shuppet to evolve to Bennett, it would help us in the long run at Old Gold Power Plant. And as this is the debut event, hopefully Shuppet can show up and show off what it's got. At least it had the courtesy to big hit for us. And I'm just now realizing that Shuppet's eyes kind of look like candy corns. As far as sending out candies goes, Shuppet is more relevant with the release of the new island, so we'll put Shuppet, Eevee, and Sprigatito at the top of the list, followed by Caterpie, followed by Mime Jr. I will be giving up on the Mr. Mime quest, at least temporarily in case we find a Shinx to be our tomato. It will literally be our tomato. And then we can tell Mr. Mime to shove pet. Hey, Shuppet, did you eat those? Are you the ultimate berry-finding, candy-corn-eyed ghost puppet of destiny? Well, not at level 10 you're not. This Shuppet can hold all the berries in the world. And it will need to at level 75. I really don't know what to say. Shuppet, one day you will be great. I know this for a fact. All of your potential is written all over you. And as a courtesy to you time-conscious people, I didn't want you to be like, well, there's only 10 seconds left, so obviously this Shuppet sucks. I went ahead and threw in some bonus footage from the other night of when I leveled up Elote to evolve her into Dragonite. Dak Prescott, get out of the shop! Alright, that was my bad for not turning on Do Not Disturb while I was recording. But here is a somewhat rare occurrence in this game. A Dragonair, taking the wings from its head, moving them to its lower back, and sprouting arms and legs. I couldn't tell you why Dragonite looks so different from its previous evolutions. It has a completely different color palette and a completely different anatomy, including now claws. Does Dragonite have no teeth? That seems like an oversight, but I guess that's how we still think it's cute. Anyway, we've just solved our corn woes. Our previous max was Beware with 33, and now Elote can bring us 47 in a day. So we're gonna see Elote take the field a little more often now. Sorry, Beware. The very first Stuffle I ever caught. Let's do this again sometime. Happy researching.